Deliver more of the policy adaptations that can help make hard work pay off for younger folks the way that it did some decades ago.
One of the stats that fascinated me is, there are countries in which home ownership levels are much lower, where people don't put all their retirement eggs into the home equity basket, right? I mean, like the idea that you would have, you'd buy a home, you'd pay off the mortgage, and then you'd watch the value of it skyrocket, and that would be your pension.
That's my story, by the way.
Well,
isn't it funny to listen to a trust fund baby lecturing Canadians about being too rich?
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
To deliver more housing with the most ambitious housing plan this country has ever seen. These are the things that we need to stay focused on, and that's exactly what I'm working hard on right now.
According to Trudeau, everybody, investing in your house, getting a mortgage, is not the way of the future for Canada. It is frightening here. This guy is sinister prime minister. He's lame. Got some other pieces to show his hypocrisy and how there's a conflict between a lot of the things that he's saying, and he is changing so much. We're going to jump into it. This is Trudeau just not being straight with Canadians. We're going to throw a little Pierre Poilievre in there just to keep people watching, but then we're going to watch the full piece with Trudeau here, and he is up to no good.
Young people need to start thinking about the idea that they won't be able to afford a home,
No.
that they will be lifelong renters.
no.
An increasing number of people in this country are giving up the dream of owning a home.
This is what $1 million gets you in Toronto.
He spent $89 billion on housing affordability, and the result is that housing costs have doubled.
The average rent in our country hitting an all-time high in the month of May, topping $2,200 a month for the first time ever.
It's what Vancouver has just been crowned in a new housing report.
What do you think is going to happen when 10 or 100,000 families lose their homes? Where will they go? Where will they go?
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
That 35-year-old and his mother are going to end up in a tent on a street.
We'll require local municipalities permit 15% more home building per year as a condition of getting federal funds. Those that build more will get bonuses. Those that build less will be fined, so that we can clear the bureaucracy and build the homes.
Okay, time for the main piece of the video. It's a very strange interview. The audience is, I don't know, it would seem very hand-picked to stand out as being a little diversified. My goodness. And Trudeau doesn't come straight on any of the questions. He does respond to the questions, but not with an answer that's pertinent to the question. He goes off tangent. It's only a couple of minutes, but things are not looking good, guys. I don't trust Trudeau at all, but after seeing this, he's openly saying now to young people that you're going to be renters. We'll give you a pension at the end, but you're never going to buy a house, and that's not where your money is going to come from. This coming from a trust fund baby. It's just, let's take a peek at the interview. This is something else to watch, guys. Let's check it out.
How do we, as Gen Xers and those old, how do we talk to an older demographic and say, wow, let us recognize how much we're asking for younger folks? And are there ways for us to reciprocate more, including in the world of politics, to help deliver more of the policy adaptations that can help make hard work pay off for younger folks the way that it did some decades ago?
One of the stats that fascinated me is, there are countries in which home ownership levels are much lower, where people don't put all their retirement eggs into the home equity basket, right? I mean, like the idea that you would have, you'd buy a home, you'd pay off the mortgage, and then you'd watch the value of it skyrocket, and that would be your pension.
That's my story, by the way.
Well, bully for you. I know. Yeah.
No. You can have me on the hot seat.
No,
I
know. This is it. And we've taken those last, 10, 20 years of massive increase in value of homes, as sort of a new normal, as, okay, this is the way the system works, and it's tough, but it means that we're going to have value in our homes that we can therefore retire on. And I tend to think that if we were a country that did a better job in helping people plan for retirement, in better pensions, so there wouldn't be that massive gap in terms of people who rent throughout their lives. Like, there are lots of cities around the world where people just accept that they're going to rent their entire lives, but they're not feeling they're going to be impoverished in retirement. Well, other people who rent in Canada feel like they have a big piece of a nest egg that's simply not there because they've been renters all their lives. There's a challenge there that I think there are elements of policy solutions, but the big thing is we just have to slow down on the speculation, right? I mean, like, housing prices and value should increase over a lifetime, but you shouldn't be able to flip a home 8 years later and have it double the price, right? I mean, there's something unsustainable, and it moves housing into an investment vehicle rather than a vehicle for supporting a family and building a community around it. And as soon as it's an investment vehicle, you have people who have money using it as a way of generating more, as opposed to saying, okay, everyone should have an opportunity to do this.
Mr. Speaker, we see proof that the Conservatives simply don't understand that low-income families don't benefit from tax breaks because they don't pay taxes.
Trudeau always says that he's fighting for Canadians. Canadians don't want you, bud. Pay attention to the polls. Get your butt out of there. You're destroying our country. Good news, some Liberal MPs are starting to turn on Trudeau. He's losing control of the caucus, and this is how he's handling those questions. Working for Canadians. Let's take one more peek at Trudeau, then we'll wrap up.
Follow up. There are members of your caucus that are considering leaving if you do stay on. What's your reaction to that? And are you willing to stay on and lose members of your caucus?
I think the conversations that I'm having with MPs directly right across the country, and the conversations that we're all having as Liberals are going to continue, and we're going to stay focused on Canadians. I can't speak to what people in the media are thinking. That's your job. But I can speak to the strength and focus that all Liberals have on delivering for Canadians, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
So what do you think, gang? Canadian Looney for certain. Like and subscribe. We have fun sharing all the things that we're learning about Canadian federal politics with you. I'm not a conservative. I'm a libertarian, but I care about Canadians. In the grocery store lineups, that's it. Canadian Looney, things are nuts in this country right now. We need a change. Like, subscribe, share, get notified, all that fun stuff. Please leave a comment. I react to all the comments. So that's it. We'll catch you next video. There's so many things going on this summer. We're going to be digging into the archives of the committees, learning about where these investigations stand. Aaron, Canadian Looney, right here. Thank you for watching this video. We'll catch you in the next one. See you next time.